What's going on, guys? Slinky now here. Welcome back to a new video. Today's video I'm going to be going over some slight news that has happened in the OKC Thunder training camp, and also going over the last preseason game that OKC played against Chicago the other day. So the first bit of news is that OKC has waived TJ Leaf and Admiral Schofield. This means that our roster is now at 16 plus 2 G League players, and it needs to get to 15 plus 2 G League players, which means there is still one player to cut. Admiral Schofield didn't play in the last preseason game and hadn't really been getting that many minutes in general, so you could kind of see that coming. Then TJ Leaf, a little bit of a surprise, but clearly just hasn't done enough in preseason and training camp to show that he's worthy of a contract. In terms of who will get cut next, it's not really. I'm not really sure. I've tried to leave this video as late as possible, but as of the time recording this video, no news has come out. If anything does, I'll put it in the comments, and you'll hear it in my next video or a video whenever they decide who they're going to cut. It has to be by Wednesday, I believe, or tomorrow, one of the two. I'm not sure, because I'm pretty sure it has to be some point before the season starts. Okay, so now I'll get into the game that OKC played against the Bulls. So OKC lost this game again, 105 to 103. OKC was up 20 points at the start of the fourth quarter, but that's when we kind of took all our starters out. But we did close with a closing lineup of Alexei Pokusevski, Kenrich Williams, Frank Jackson, Isaiah Roby, and TJ Leaf. So if you're wondering, I never ever in my life want to see those guys closing a game together in my life. So thank God that probably, if that happens, I am so concerned for the NBA and the Thunder. And Frank Jackson did have a shot to win the game from 3, but it rimmed out, so that was a bit unlucky. In terms of the starters and the main players on the team, we had a starting lineup of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, George Hill, Lou Dort, and Darius Bazley and Al Horford. I would assume this will probably be the starting lineup we go with to start the season, just to have that veteran presence on the team. In terms of the game overall, the vets clearly showed why they're there. They stood out a lot, with Shai having 14 points, a rebound, 5 assists, a steal, and a block, shooting 42% from the field, only 1 from 4 from 3 though. Then Al Horford had 17 points, 8 rebounds, shooting 66% and 80% from 3. And then even just George Hill had 8 points, shooting 100% from the field. And then some standout young blokes were Darius Bazley had 10 points, 11 rebounds. I thought he had a great game. He hit a couple threes, shooting 2 from 4 from 3. He also had a great dunk, so that was good to see. Alexei Pokusevski had 12 points, 13 rebounds, shooting 40% from the field, 33% from 3. That was good to see. He had some great moments where he went around the back and then made a great layup, hit a couple threes. At times, of course, which is really expected. I'm not holding this against him at all. Don't hold anything he does, really, especially in preseason against him. There's just times he looks a little bit out of control, but it's still great to see he can get a rebound and push the ball up the floor, so that's some great signs there. Hamidou Diallo had 11 points. Still with him, it's kind of his shot. He shot 0 from 1 from 3, 3 from 7 from the field. But it's just like, at what point is he kind of not tall enough to be that guy who just drives all the time and then not kind of defends people who are taller? So someone like Giannis can get away with not really shooting that much because of how tall he is and stuff like that. And then also Mike Muscala had 13 points in the game. Some areas for improvement in the game were definitely the 3-point defense. Just at times they were wide open from the 3. We got kind of lucky that they only made 14 out of the 41 threes, but they were still getting a lot of open shots. So teams that are better shooters and stuff like that, it might come back to haunt us. Some standout things for the game, just overall, were that George Hill and George Hill and Shea, and then Al Horford seeing the pick and pop or pick and roll was really effective. Just those vets, and I mean, I guess Shea's kind of a vet now in his third year, but just like the more experienced players playing together, you can tell they're a lot better. Frank Jackson is looking good off the bench in terms of just straight scoring. Although in this game he only had 8 points, he can just come in and either shoot mid-range, shoot the three, just usually get a score when you need it. That didn't really work in the fourth quarter, but it still works. Lou Dort driving the ball still doesn't look great. He turned it over a lot while driving the ball. But if you can get better at that and just kind of be stronger going to the ring, not just kind of letting it get stolen and flailing his arms straight away. Shea looks a lot better defensively this year, one-on-one defensive with the steal and the block he had. And just looked a lot better on the one-on-one defense rather than against like Russell Westbrook in the playoffs last year. He kind of got bullied a little bit. And finally, just with Mark Scala, would have loved to see him last year and play more in the playoffs. The ability to shoot would have helped a lot, so it's kind of just hurting a bit seeing him play a lot more now. When we really could have used him last year, but that's okay, we'll get over it. Yeah, so that's all for today's video. In the next coming days, I'm going to be posting another video about kind of all of the training camp put into one video and just an overall review rather than going into really high depth into each game. So make sure you subscribe to see that, like this video, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you then. See ya.